Finally, an album commission that's just an album from my childhood. Should I have been listening to this album as a kid? Probably not. Welcome to Everyone Does Music, where today I have another commission from Eduardo. Here is the Twitch name. Go check him out. Go give him a follow right there. And today we are talking about All the Right Reasons by Nickelback. Wow. Nickelback is a band that honestly got me into hard rock alongside Linkin Park and Metallica. Metallica also leading into, of course, metal, Linkin Park too, honestly. Which led to other genres and discoveries that eventually got me to the current post-hardcore, metalcore, pop-punk, and deathcore idiot that I am nowadays. Nickelback was a band that fed both the I'm younger than 13 and want hard music but don't know what hard or metal is yet, as well as the side of me that was still listening to a lot of country music because it just kind of fits the same vibes, if that makes any sort of sense. And I'm not explaining it beyond that. Regardless, Nickelback was just a band that really got me into a lot of things. It was just a good in-between point for the household that really loved 70s and 80s pop and popper shit, and my uncle who was fueling me with rock and metal CDs. Nickelback is easy to shit on, but honestly, they have some of the most solid and consistent music in hard rock from the early 2000s and onward. So let's take a look at things. The first song on the album, Follow You Home, is really the epitome of Nickelback's sound, all things considered, with easily digestible lyricism and singing from the lead man Chad Kroeger, and a surprisingly bitey guitar on display from both Chad and Ryan Peake. I don't know how to explain it, but the guitar work in this band turns a mid-performance into something memorable and genuinely good just like that, and that's a common theme throughout the album and honestly their discography. Not to say that Chad Kroeger sucks by any means, again, easy to shit on, but whatever. But the guitar work is the consistent highlight for me when it comes to Nickelback. Another surface level song, but not in a negative way at all, is Next Contestant, which comes in later on the track list. There's an aggressive, misogynistic 2000s tough guy vibe all over the song, but there's an undeniable catchiness that other acts, such as earlier Maroon 5 and mid-career Toby Keith, also have that keeps the songs giving you a sort of nod your head along to it elements. Honestly, looking back at a lot of Nickelback music, there's a case to be made about it being douchey white guy music, but it's incredibly well written in terms of taking simplistic song structures, adding a little bit of spice, and making it arena ready like the band does time and time again, and all over this album. If there's another thing that Nickelback is known for off and on, it's being violently horny, and the personal favorite song, Animals, is a contender for the most erect song on the track list. It describes a night out on the town and out to the train tracks with this girl so they can fuck around and be the little rebellious bastards they are. The song is basically just, yeah, me and my girl are doing third base shit out on the train tracks. Oh fuck, your dad is here. Oh shit. But that guitar riff and drum progression is a surefire way to get your head bobbing along to the song. Now if you want real, almost metal instrumentation, there is the very fucking amazing Side of a Bullet. It's got the raw power and emotional power to boot. This song is a tribute to Dimebag Darrell, who was shot and killed during a Damage Plan concert in 2004, and the song is a perfect display of channeling all the rage and anger from having someone close to you taken away in such a violent way. The direct lyric connections are blatant and punching too, with the chorus saying, I scratched your name into the side of a bullet, alluding to the fact that he's so distraught and pissed off he's willing to commit the atrocious act of murder himself on the perpetrator of this heinous crime, of course. While I can't say it's Pantera or Damage Plan inspired in particular, as I don't really listen to those bands too much, there's an undeniable 80s hard rock and metal influence all over the song, from the quick-hitting verses to the obvious 80s inspired guitar riffs. While there are some straight-up hard rock and straight-up rock elements all over the album, a few songs on here tackle sadder and more grounded topics, with one example being If Everyone Cared, coming right after Side of a Bullet. This is definitely reading too much into track listing, but having this more thoughtful and emotional song that focuses on a wholly different yet somehow similar element is poetic in a way, with the song asking the world to just care a little more. Admittedly very basic, but it's worth bringing into conversation, but becoming stronger ever so slightly by being included just after one song filled with so much anger. My own personal favorite sad song from Nickelback, Far Away, is also a more toned down and sadder song at its core, while actually being a love song and specifically being about the act of falling in love itself. As opposed to a specific person, it's about the emotions and the journey. There's room to call a song like this, or Saving Me, or If Everyone Cared, some bottom of the barrel songs meant to appeal for the sake of being relatable, but having relatable songs on an album doesn't immediately make them bad. The band is able to put together compositions that can reach a lot of different spectrums, with hostility, sexual tendencies, and vulnerable elements all having a spot in the album. This might be contradictory considering I was just talking about this album being douchey white guy music, but I don't know, man. I don't get paid for this. I mean, I got paid for this commission, but shut up. Finally, I want to talk about the most positive songs on the album in my opinion, those being Photograph and Rockstar. Photograph is all about looking back on your life and thinking of those moments that shaped you and into who you are, and with pure positivity and almost a longing, which may be an overdone way of explaining it, but it's true. We all grow up, move on, and reminisce on the good times, and this song does a good job of wrapping that up in a mostly acoustic song. Then there's Rockstar, which gets into some of the older tones of grandstanding and feeling good about yourself, with references to MTV Cribs and the high life aspects, and it's a fuck around, have fun song to put on at a college party. I also have a pretty personal connection to this song, with it being largely dedicated in my family to my uncle who passed away in 2008. Overall, the song is just a quick departure from anger, sex, and emotions to say, we're a rock band, I'm a rock star, the life is fucking great. This is one of the few album reviews I was able to write purely on memory from having replayed the album hundreds of times on my old Xbox 360 or portable CD player or on the car radio as a kid. It reeks of post-Y2K rock, and it feels like home in a way that I feel would stick even if I didn't listen to it so fondly as a kid. It is largely impressive or groundbreaking? No, it's not. But some albums are good for just being fun, enjoyable, and quick little peeks into culture from the 2000s. So, for those reasons, all the right reasons by Nickelback gets a 7.4 out of 10. And that's your review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Do you like Nickelback? Do you shit on Nickelback? Do you do both? I do both. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're staying hydrated. I'll see you next time.